do some portfolio overview, things I'm actually invested in. I'm going to start with my Webull account. As you can see, there's a lot of data on their screens. If you guys want me to do some tutorials on Webull, I'd be happy to. I like the platform. They have pretty good charts, have lots of indicators. You can make different tabs for different strategies or just different views you want to set up. It's a pretty nice platform. If you want to help support the channel, use my Webull link below. I get free stocks, you get free stocks, so it's win-win. I also have the mobile view up. I'm gonna pull my phone. This is my phone. I have a Samsung. There's a handy little app called Samsung Flow. You can share your screen. So, it's a handy little guy. So, over the past month, my cumulative is red, but my realized is green. Let's go to... Sorry about this. Let's go back. Alright. So, here's my positions. I find certain things easier to see on the phone, certain things easier to see on the desktop platform. So right now, I'm invested in NEO. Sorry about that. I'm invested in NEO. Bought 100 stocks. My average price. It's hard to say what my actual average is because I already have a covered call against them. Webull has already calculated my average price after receiving that premium. So right now, I have a covered call above my cost basis, and it's already up 20 bucks. Not a lot, but if I let this ride all the way to expiration, I can gain $100 in premium. Good rule of thumb for option trading, sell at 50% profit. Just kind of depends on your risk tolerance, on days to expiration, things like that. Another stock I've been watching, Workhorse, another electric vehicle stock. Let's go back for a moment. NEO, electric vehicle stock. Let's actually take a little time to look at each stock and talk about the information available here on the platform, and just talk about why I personally like the stock. I've been following NEO for a while. I remember when it was $12 and I didn't get in. Regret doing that now, obviously. It's, almost 4 times as much. And I feel like looking at the charts, looking at where electric vehicles are, that's part of my value investing. I find value in these cutting-edge technologies. I have a technology mindset, so you'll probably see a lot of things in my portfolio are tech-heavy. So, something you can do to see what sectors are doing good. There's some tools in the Webull desktop. Let's go over here to the Markets tab. So, everything was red last week, looks like. Anyway, back on topic, please. So, in here you can see their profile. designs, manufacturers, electric vehicles, all kinds of good analysis tools. Again, this is on the phone. So let's get back to actual portfolio. Workhorse. All I have now are cash secured puts. I'm not worried about these being red right now. What is important is what the price of the stock is at expiration. Right now I am selling these cash secured puts to collect premium. As long as the stock stays above $11, $12, $12.5, I won't have to buy that many stocks. Now, if I do get assigned, let's pick the most expensive one, right? What this is saying is that I am agreeing to buy 300 stocks, because I have 3 contracts, and I would be buying them for $12.50. Again, if you're not familiar with options, we can do more in-depth options videos in the future. Try to stick to the purpose of this video, which is account overview, but also wanted to talk about just some general ideas as they pop in my head. So, moving on. Plug Power. Alright, let's go back. Actually, I didn't get into Workhorse's information. Now, this is an interesting thing about Webull. Because I only have options, it took me to the quote for that option, not the overall stock. Which is nice, so that you can see information about how that particular option is doing, because there's an actual chart for an option, actual volume. You can even see the MACD here. You can see the Greeks. So if you're interested in what all of that means, again, I'll have links to other YouTubers who do an amazing job at explaining some of these things. I'm still learning. I understand some of the concepts, but I don't know that I could explain them to another person very well. So look, they have a info button here. Kind of generic, so do some research. If we want to do more videos with me doing my best to explain them from my point of view, we'll see what happens. If I can come up with ideas for that, or if you're interested in that. So let's go to the markets. Let's look up actual Workhorse. That way we can see their profile. Technology company, electric vehicles. They seem to be more focused on commercial transportation, vans, trucks. There was a deal that they did not get with the USPS recently. The name of the company that went out is, I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. So, another tech stock. Let's close that. Sorry, I'm gonna pick up my phone for a minute. Had to pause for editing purpose. Let's move on to Plug Power. Again, another tech stock. My plan here is to sell a covered call when the stock has a nice green day. Let's look at their information. So the reason I'm waiting to sell that covered call is they just recently broke out of these trend lines I have drawn. I can pull up the larger chart on the desktop, but they just broke out of this downtrend. Seems like they found the bottom. This could be a bull trap, so we'll kind of see. So I'm still holding my stocks, but they've been in that downtrend for quite some time. Let's see when it kind of started. Was in January. There's some interesting action in this time frame of January. There's some squeezes on some other stocks that were happening. So, had some effect on not just that one stock, but the market at large has been in an interesting choppy pattern. So, just kind of waiting for this to break out. We can do some more technical analysis on any of these. Again, trying to stay focused on account overview in this video, and I'm going to have a lot of editing to do already, so. Alright, moving on. SLGG, Super League Gaming. There's been some rumors that they're going to partner with a very popular electronics and gaming store you might be familiar with, called GameStop. So we can talk more about my ideas on that later. Again, in interest of honesty, I FOMO'd in at a pretty high level, 325 I believe. It's about half that right now, but I still have the stocks, so I'll leave it at that. Genworth Financial is a free one I got from Webull for doing a money transfer in. I actually, in my upcoming video on my technical analysis, I want to go over this one. There's some interesting concepts here. I feel like this one could be a good candidate for some similar option strategies that I already have going on. Do some premium farming off of it. So we'll get into that. Mara. It's a digital Bitcoin mining company. Let's go here. My average price is $45, so the current price is above me, but as you can see, I'm selling covered call above my cost basis. It's currently in profit by 20%. It's pretty good. Again, as I said earlier, good rule of thumb is 50%. I'll probably wait this one out a bit longer. Still have almost a month left. See if I can get some more premium out of it. I'm bullish on these Bitcoining stocks. Bitcoin itself actually just had a nice little pullback. People think pullbacks are always negative, but the market, even though it tends to go up a lot of the time, stocks only go up, right? So, but you have to have these pullbacks and consolidations to create levels of support. So this being down, Bitcoin being down, doesn't bother me. And I've kind of learned that seeing these red numbers don't have to be scary. Now, obviously, I don't have the largest account, but it's not small either. This is a lot of money to me, and it's a lot of money to a lot of people. So use your own judgment, your own risk management strategies. But essentially what I'm doing with a lot of these are versions of the wheel strategy. Either selling cash secured puts, selling covered calls. Sometimes I don't even bother selling the cash secured put. I'll buy the stock outright and sell covered calls against it if I feel like that's the best price for me. If I didn't see something in the option chain that caught my eye and I could actually afford the 100 stocks, I'll buy the 100 stocks and sell covered calls against my cost. Because if they get called away, I'm in profit. If they don't get called away, I made profit off the premium and I get to keep my stocks. So some of these are kind of like Theta Gang strategies. Again, check the links below for some of the other YouTubers that I've been watching. There's a lot of good content out there if you're trying to learn. So where were we? Mara, Can, another Bitcoining company. This is a Chinese company. They had some kind of bad news come out about weird information on some of their financials. So the stock took a pretty deep dive. Let's get into the quotes and see when that happened. So yeah, right here on the 12th, looks like they, lost 30% that day. They lost 15% in late March due to some financial discrepancies. But people seem to be talking, the word in the grapevine was, oh, they're cooking the books and what have you, but the information they ended up releasing wasn't the greatest financial news. So if you were going to lie, wouldn't you lie to the positive? So again, it's a Bitcoin. I'm bullish on Bitcoin. These are good levels. There's some good support over here. There's a big gap up here in the past that we'll have to build some support to get back up through if we're going to reach back up to these levels. But yeah, again, like I said, I like technical analysis, and I feel like I keep getting distracted by talking to you guys about this in this specific video. So let's get back to the account overview. So yeah, I have 400 of these stocks, selling covered calls against them for June and July. Riot, another Bitcoining mining company. Again, selling covered calls against my cost basis, and I'm still holding stocks. It's kind of, again, going into strategy more here than account overview, but if you're bullish on something, you don't have to leverage all of your shares. If you can afford to hold some, for yourself and make profits off the others. In my mind, that's best of both worlds. This is a telephone company from South America that I found. It seemed like it had quite a bit of good liquidity. Let's go to the quotes here. But the options premiums aren't the greatest. So I bought in here thinking that there was going to be a nice little breakout. Ended up being at the top of a level and it pulled back. But again, I'm fine with holding this level. Let's kind of scroll out to the larger scheme. It's been trading sideways for quite some time. That's late 2020. So it's been in this channel for a year. Feel like if it has a chance to break out of this channel, we could get some nice numbers. So still holding that one, selling the occasional short against it, collect a little bit of premium, drive that average price down. And again, being sure to sell above my original cost. So again, win-win. Getting premium to drive my average down. That way if I hold them, easier to sell covered calls again at a different price. Or when the stock does pop, if it, say, reaches even $5.10, it'd be above my original cost, and since I drove my cost down by selling against it, make even more of a profit. Sundial, again, this one got caught up with some of the meme stocks that were floating around on Reddit. I like Reddit a lot. I follow Wall Street Bets, I follow Theta Gang. I'll put my Reddit link also below. I'm not afraid of meme stocks. I don't necessarily like that term, but it's a term everybody's familiar with. So this is a marijuana stock. The legalization of marijuana is spreading more and more to each state. There's been a lot of rumors about the US federal government just legalizing it federally. So in my Robinhood account, I have another marijuana stock. I feel like there's good profits to be made in that industry. There are some ETFs also out there that look like they could be good investments. So selling some covered calls against that above my cost basis, and holding on to a few more for a larger green day, and maybe sell against those as well. Tellurian is a petroleum natural gas company. They mostly do drilling off the coast in South America, I believe. Let's go to their profile. Yeah. Natural gas, United States Gulf Coast. I bought this, it was more in the winter time. Oil and gas were looking like they were having good numbers and were going to hold. So I have sold a couple of covered calls against these shares. Some of the premiums aren't that great, but just slowly driving my cost basis down. It had a pullback after the winter time, so this one I found on one of my screeners on Medica. Let's pull up there. I did not see that it was not optional. So this does not have options. So I'm, for lack of a better word, bag holding. This is a Ryan Cohen company. Some of you may be familiar with some of his work, GameStop, and others. But my position is close to the all-time high, so we'll see what happens. Pretty low-priced stock, so I don't have all that much capital hung up in it, and we'll see what happens. So that's going to be my answer for a lot of things, I feel like, but so that's everything I have in Webull. Let's I'm going to pick up my phone here, pull up my Robinhood account. Okay, let's do all. Still down a little bit overall on this. This is one of the places where I got into GameStop. So we'll just start at the top. AMP, another marijuana stock. Selling some covered calls against. GTE. See, they don't have as good of information here on Robinhood, so let's pull up their information real quick. Another oil and gas company. Again, I was following oil and gas earlier this year, so let's downsize that, get back to BlackBerry. Sorry about that. Moved the wrong screen. BlackBerry, technology company, been around for a long time. Again, kind of got caught up in the meme stock era. It's another stock I like. I'm familiar with the brand back in I don't know, not early 2000s, but they used to call them crackberries. You know, they're kind of one of the original smartphones. I like the company, kind of a longer term hold, or bag holding if you like. Selling covered call way above my cost basis, because I was new to options and I actually exercised. To be honest, I don't remember what my original cost is. I had written down on a scrap piece of paper somewhere, if I sell above 15, I'll make a profit. So yeah, not as organized as I would like to be, but it is what it is. Learning experience. Yep, there's GameStop. Let's click into that. See, I feel like it's important to show your wins and your losses, talk about the mistakes you make. That way, not only do I learn from repeating my mistakes to a public audience, but you can learn with me, from me. Don't FOMO in. I mean, GameStop, I like the stock, but you know, hindsight is 20/20. If I would have bought in again when it dropped down to the 60s and 40s, I could have brought my cost average down, and this wouldn't look so bad. So be careful out there. But if you like a stock and you're passionate about it, put your money where your mouth is. That's what I did. More Super League. I had some funds over here that weren't in Webull. Now that Webull has some cryptocurrency, I think I might be ready to go ahead and switch. That was one of the reasons I hadn't yet. I have some fractional shares of Bitcoin and some Doge. Up quite a bit on Doge. I had bought and sold some when it was like 7 cents. Bought and sold some at like the 10 and 12 cent range, I believe. I think my cost basis now is like 14 cents. And it's at 37 cents. So, yeah, 15 cents. So, if I were to sell that right now, you know, I'd get $1,000. That's not net. Obviously, my total return, I'm up 150%, so I'm going to keep holding this one. I like Doge. It started out as a joke, but a lot of people are taking it pretty seriously now, so. Yeah, one of the other... GameStop is one of the other reasons I haven't switched yet, to be honest. I feel like as soon as I hit the transfer button, this thing's going to pop back up, and my orders will be caught in limbo, so... I know that's not really how the stock market works, but it confirms my bias anyway, so... I'm going to pause for a moment and get a drink of water, so... Editing break. Okay, I'm back. Honestly, even though I just took a break, this is getting close to the end of the video. Didn't, 100% stay on script, but I like the idea of free-forming as well, just kind of treating it as a conversation with someone. It's a little weird talking to yourself here on YouTube, but I'm new. I'm gonna keep learning, keep trying to do better. If you have any ideas that you want me to go over, feel free to comment. Again, stay safe out there. Watch the comments below. There are scammers out there. I know I said that at the beginning, but I'm gonna keep that out there because I don't want people to be giving away their information. I won't contact you for your financial information. If you want to chat with me, I have a Discord link. It's a open Discord. There's nobody on it yet besides me. I would like to build a community, share information. That's what I enjoy doing. I enjoy sharing information and learning from people. And if someone can learn from me, that's great. So, let's invest together, share ideas. If we can make a little money on the side together, all the better. Or if we're just learning and we lose a little bit, you gotta expect to have green days and red days. So, I'm gonna end this one here. My next video, I'm gonna try to stay even more focused. I'm gonna do technical analysis on 3 different stocks. I'm going to do Tesla, Genworth Financial, and NIO. Just some interesting levels that I see. I do have a handful of Tesla stocks in my Fidelity. I can't personally afford to trade options on Tesla. Unless it was to be like buying some calls. I think there's some interesting levels I might be able to get into early next week. So we'll see. Again, Genworth Financial caught my eye because it was a free one, and I'm already invested in NIO, so I just want to kind of go over some of that. So yeah, stay tuned. I'm gonna try to make that video today, and this is already my second video today, and I know I have editing ahead of me, and how much of this actually stays in, we'll see. But I'm just trying to find a good way to end videos. So we'll see you in the next one.